You won't believe what just surfaced behind the scenes of one of the most talked about celebrity love stories of the year. Fans are still reeling from the shocking revelation that Dylan Wang has made a secret confession, and it changes everything we thought we knew about his relationship with Shen Yue. But before we dive in, pause for a moment and imagine being a fly on the wall during one of the most explosive confrontations in recent drama history. You will want to stay till the very end, because what Dylan said will leave you frozen, questioning loyalties, and wondering how far someone can go for love. It all began late last night, in a location no one could have guessed. A private gathering was underway, just a few close friends, but what happened there was anything but private. Sources say that Dylan Wang, known for his calm demeanor and quiet charisma, confronted Miles Wei with a single, heart-stopping statement. In a voice barely above a whisper, yet filled with undeniable force, Dylan declared that he would not allow Miles Wei to be with Shen Yue. Every word seemed to reverberate in the room like an unspoken warning. Fans who saw the leaked snippets online immediately went into a frenzy. Social media erupted with disbelief, shock, and curiosity. How could Dylan still feel this strongly after everything that has happened? Was it love, jealousy, or a desperate need to reclaim what he believes is his? The video, though brief, shows Dylan standing tall, eyes blazing with intensity, while Miles Wei attempts to remain composed, his jaw tight, his hands clenched in silent defiance. You can feel the tension crackling in the air as if the room itself was holding its breath. What makes this confession even more intriguing is what happened moments before Dylan spoke. Shinyu was reportedly nearby, though hidden from view. Sources claim that she overheard Dylan's words, her heart racing, eyes wide with disbelief. Could it be that she never truly left his side emotionally, even if circumstances seemed to separate them? Witnesses say she covered her mouth with trembling hands, trying to hide the storm of emotions she felt, yet the moment was captured in fleeting glances that will haunt fans forever. The drama does not stop there. After Dylan's declaration, Miles Wei attempted to speak, his voice calm but layered with tension. He told Dylan that love cannot be controlled, that it cannot be forced or dictated. Yet Dylan's gaze never wavered. There was a cold fire in his eyes, a determination that stunned everyone present. And then, in a move that no one expected, Dylan stepped closer, almost as if bridging an invisible chasm between them, and whispered a name, Shinyu, in a way that sent shivers down the spines of everyone watching. It was a reminder, a claim, and a confession all at once. Fans online have been dissecting every second of the leaked footage. Some argue that Dylan's actions are proof of undying love, while others question whether it is obsession disguised as passion. The intensity of the encounter, the hidden emotions, the raw tension, it is exactly the kind of scandal that dominates headlines and leaves viewers unable to look away. But perhaps the most fascinating part is what happened after the confrontation. Dylan reportedly sought Shinyu out in private, in a quiet corner of the venue, where no cameras or eyes could follow. Friends who were nearby say the two shared a long, silent conversation, full of unspoken words and lingering glances. It was a moment heavy with emotion, one that seems to hint at secrets and promises that the public has yet to uncover. As the night unfolded, messages from fans poured in, expressing shock, anger, excitement, and hope all at once. Many could not believe that Dylan Wang, a man usually so composed and careful, would take such a bold and unfiltered step. Meanwhile, speculation about Shinyu's feelings ran wild. Was she drawn back to Dylan because of this confession, or did it only make the situation more complicated with Miles Wei caught in the middle? Every detail of this encounter has left the public craving more, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this already dramatic saga. This is the kind of story that transcends mere celebrity gossip. It is a study of passion, longing, and the lengths people will go to fight for love. It is raw, emotional, and impossible to ignore. And for fans of Dylan Wang and Shinyu, it is a moment that may very well define the next stage of their story. If you thought you had seen all the drama there is, think again. Because Dylan's secret confession is only the beginning. With tensions rising, hidden feelings surfacing, and loyalties tested, the next few days are likely to bring revelations that will shock even the most dedicated fans. One thing is certain, no one involved will be the same after this night, and the story of Dylan, Shen Yue, and Miles Wei has only just begun. So stay close, watch every moment, and witness a love triangle that is raw, real, and unforgettable. Fans are already calling this one of the most heart-stopping confrontations in recent memory, and it is clear that Dylan Wang's refusal to let Miles Wei be with Shin Yue has set the stage for a drama that will dominate headlines and social media for weeks to come. The tension in the room after Dylan Wang's shocking confession was suffocating. Miles Wei, usually calm and calculated, felt the weight of every word Dylan had spoken press down on him. His eyes, sharp and piercing, searched Dylan's face for any hint of hesitation, but there was none. Dylan's gaze was unwavering, his posture unyielding, and every fiber of his being screamed determination. This was not a moment of empty bravado, it was a declaration of a love that refused to bend, that refused to fade. Shen Yue, standing at the far edge of the room, could barely breathe. Her hands trembled as memories of the past swirled in her mind, the stolen smiles, the secret late-night conversations, the promises made when no one else was watching. She realized that despite all the distance and misunderstanding, Dylan had never truly let her go. Every word he had uttered resonated with her, echoing deep inside her heart. As Miles Wei opened his mouth to respond, Dylan stepped closer, the air between them crackling with tension. "I won't let him have you," Dylan said again, his voice steady yet heavy with emotion. "No one will come between us. Not now, not ever." The force behind his words made even the most composed witnesses shiver. There was an unspoken power in Dylan's presence, a silent declaration that this was his fight, his claim, his heart laid bare. Miles Wei's jaw tightened. "Dylan, love isn't possession. You can't control who she loves. You can't decide for her." His voice, calm but firm, challenged Dylan, but Dylan didn't flinch. He held his ground, stepping even closer, closing the distance like an invisible tether pulling the past, present, and future together in one moment. Shinyu's heart raced as she watched the confrontation unfold. Part of her wanted to step back, to let logic guide her, but another part, the part that Dylan had touched long ago, wanted to move forward, to embrace the undeniable connection they shared. Her breath hitched as Dylan's eyes met hers, softening ever so slightly, revealing a vulnerability he rarely showed in public. It was the Dylan she remembered, the Dylan she had loved, and the Dylan who had never stopped loving her. Then the room shifted. Miles Wei, sensing the unspoken pull between them, took a deep breath and spoke again, his voice heavy with restraint. "Shen Yue, you need to decide. Not for Dylan, not for me, but for yourself. Don't let anyone make this choice for you." His words hung in the air, challenging, pleading, and impossible to ignore. Shen Yue felt the weight of that statement. She closed her eyes for a moment, trying to silence the whirlwind of emotions raging inside her. Every memory, every feeling, every unspoken word converged, and in that instant, clarity emerged. She opened her eyes and walked forward, not toward Miles Wei, not toward the hesitation of doubt, but toward Dylan. Every step was measured, deliberate, filled with the gravity of her choice. When she reached him, Dylan's breath caught. He did not speak, he did not need to. The intensity of the moment, the depth of the emotions, spoke louder than words ever could. Shinyu looked into his eyes and saw everything, love, regret, hope, and a future waiting to be rewritten. She reached out, letting her hand brush against his, a simple touch that carried the weight of years of longing and heartbreak. Miles Wei's face reflected a mixture of sorrow and acceptance. He had fought for her, he had hoped, but even he recognized that some bonds cannot be broken, that some hearts are destined to find each other no matter the obstacles. Slowly, he stepped back, giving them the space they needed, a silent acknowledgement that this was their moment. Dylan finally spoke, his voice low but trembling slightly with the force of his emotions. "Shen Yue, I will always protect you, always fight for you, and always be here for you. No one, and nothing, will ever change that." Shen Yue's eyes filled with tears, but not of sadness, tears of relief, recognition, and an overwhelming wave of love that she had tried to deny for so long. The rest of the evening unfolded like a scene from a drama too intense for words. Friends and witnesses reported seeing Dylan and Shinyu sharing moments of quiet conversation, punctuated with laughter, glances, and the kind of unspoken understanding that only true love can produce. There were moments where time seemed to stop, where nothing else mattered except the fragile, powerful connection between them. Fans who saw leaked clips online could barely contain their emotions. Social media exploded with reactions, disbelief, excitement, hope, and shock all mixed together. Comments flooded in, speculating about the future, celebrating Dylan's courage, and praising Shinyu's choice. Every view, every share, every like seemed to magnify the intensity of the moment, creating a wave of global attention that no one could ignore. As the night drew to a close, Dylan and Shinyu left together, stepping out into the quiet of the evening, their hands intertwined, their hearts aligned. Miles Wei watched them go, a mix of regret and understanding in his eyes. He knew that sometimes love is not about winning or losing, but about knowing when to step back and let fate take its course. This confrontation, this confession, this choice, it would be remembered by fans for years to come. It was more than just a celebrity scandal, it was a story of passion, longing, and the undeniable force of true love. Dylan Wang's refusal to let Miles Wei be with Shen Yue had not only changed their lives, but it had also sent shockwaves through the world, leaving everyone wondering what would happen next. For Dylan and Shinyu, it was not just a victory, it was a beginning. A new chapter, a new promise, and a love that refused to be silenced, no matter the obstacles. And for fans around the world, it was a story that would keep hearts racing, emotions raw, and eyes glued to every update, every whisper, and every moment in this unforgettable saga.